What's up, everyone? If you're listening to this, welcome. It's another episode of eXhuming the X-Files here on the Outpost Unknown YouTube channel. My name is Matthew, joined once again by my dear friend, Jeremy.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
And we are thoroughly enjoying Season 6 thus far, and we have come upon Episode 6 of Season 6, written and directed by Chris Carter. Now, I don't know what has happened, Jeremy. I don't know what Chris Carter was doing during this time period, but he seems to have struck some sort of reservoir of creative awesomeness. We had Triangle earlier. We have this. How the Ghost Stole Christmas.
I can't believe so many of these episodes were written by Chris Carter.
I can't either.
This season. So it's either him or Vince Gilligan, and they're just killing it this season.
Yeah. Vince Gilligan might be ghostwriting or something in the background, and Chris Carter's putting his name on it. So yeah, we're going to talk about How the Ghost Stole Christmas. Did you have any recollections of this one from your childhood?
Oh, I 100% did.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for the Christmas episode for a while, and this was just kind of a thing that television shows did around certain holidays. They would do, a Halloween episode, sometimes a Thanksgiving episode, but oftentimes these shows would have a Christmas episode. It was about time we got such an interesting one.
Yeah. And you were talking before how we thought, I guess, in our minds that season 5, ramped up to the movie, and season 5 was just awesome. As I watched all these episodes back to back, I think we got it conflated. I think it just started out the movie, the finale of season 5 was awesome. The movie was awesome. And then what we thought was season 5, the lead up, it's actually post movie, which was just, it's banger after banger after banger. Spoiler, we're going to love this episode. So it's awesome.
Says you, brother. This episode.
You love it. You love it. All right, well, let's talk about it. What's the How the Ghost Stole Christmas all about?
All right, it starts at it's Christmas Eve somewhere in Maryland, and Mulder is staking out what looks like kind of a haunted Victorian style house. And Scully goes and meets him at 11:15. It must be Christmas Eve because Scully's got a car full of presents.
Who's she giving those presents to?
Well, she's got a brother who hates Mulder, and they have kids and a mom.
Yeah, probably.
She probably wraps one up for her dad.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeez.
Fair. I'm just well, you see the backseat of her car. The backseat of her car is completely filled with gifts. I'm like, who is she getting all these gifts for?
Well, that's what you get to be when you're the fairly well-paid single aunt. You get to just buy tons of shit for people and just buy the raddest presents.
Fair.
You're saying you're not that uncle?
Absolutely not. No. My nephews will destroy everything that is given to them. So no. Just told mother, I'm not going to be getting them. She was my sister once. She's like, oh, your nephew, he wants these $100 action figures. I'm like, nah. I'm not even buying $100 action figure for myself. I'm not going to have it destroyed and thrown down a storm drain within a day. That's not happening. I'm not the cool uncle. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You ain't buying gifts for me, so I ain't gonna be mad at you on behalf of some kid. Fuck that kid. I mean, respectfully. And she starts kind of bitching at him, but she gets in his car anyway because she might as well just know why he's out there.
Yeah.
And she is straight up just starts busting his balls, just making fun of him because he's waiting on ghosts. Starts talking about the hounds baying, and he's like, she makes a joke about some hounds baying, and he's like, "No, that's a left cheek sneak." I've never heard that outside of this television show. But Mulder starts to tell a story about this haunted house in his boyfriend voice. He's like, back in the past, when using that particular voice on her. She actually kind of digs it.
It's like a long monologue too. He goes into this and he adds all these flourishes, all these big fancy words to all of it. I mean, it's impressive.
And she says, "While I enjoyed that story, like I have a life to get to, so I don't know why I came all the way out here." And but Mulder goes sprinting inside the house. Dana wants to take off, but realizes that she doesn't have her car keys anymore. So Mulder must have swiped them on his way in. And she actually says it out loud. It's like, "I promised myself my New Year's resolution." And
Yes.
apparently that's all she says, but it apparently is just, I'm not chasing Mulder's wild shit blindly, but does it anyway.
Well, she goes in because she wants her keys. She can't. She literally can't leave without them.
Yeah. So Mulder heads inside, lightning starts going off, they hear footsteps upstairs, a grandfather clock goes off. The doors lock them in, and it has this huge, like, pane window in the front
Yeah.
door. Like Scully's shot things for less. But no, the door's locked and title screen.
Yeah. Classic haunted house. Gothic haunted house. And I'm totally into it at this point. I love this cold open. I thought it was just adorable that Scully would just go out to this random haunted house near midnight when she's got it. Like, she must have been out late buying gifts. I mean, like, all day. She goes out there, and it's just the interplay between both of them. It just feels like so cute and adorable. And then when they get trapped in there, and you see like Scully's actually terrified. Like, I don't know if she's scared of ghosts or something, but she is like actually scared throughout this entire episode, which is refreshing to see.
And Mulder was just kind of making fun of her about it
Yeah.
until shit starts happening and he starts like getting freaked out too.
Do you think he honestly thought there were ghosts there that were going to pop up, or do you think he was just, I got nothing to do on Christmas Eve, so I'm just going to go, see if I see a light turn on or something?
I I I mean, he's got, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why he was there outside of, I mean, well, we'll get into it, but I think he was lonely. I think the ghosts had the right of it.
Okay.
Both of them were, and that's why both of them showed up out here. But we'll get there. And also I wanted to note that basically this entire show takes place in the front foyer of this house and in the library of this house.
Yeah.
So it's like they wanted to do an episode that saved on the budget massively, but also like didn't feel that way. Like still
Yeah.
had a good story. It wasn't cheapened by,
Yeah. The set looks great.
because
Like,
they
there's the production values on screen just in like the couple sets that they use. It looks gorgeous.
well, they wander into the house and they end up inside of a library, and basically the rest of the show just takes place in this one four walled, as high as the ceiling with books inside of the bookcases. They
Yeah.
open doors going to the next door or the next room over, which is also just the same library, or supposedly. They start they hear some thumping underneath the floor. The telltale heart shit.
Yep.
And Mulder pulls some boards back, and they end up finding their Scully and Mulder's desiccated bodies underneath the floorboards.
Yeah, I love that scene because they pull him up and they're looking at him, and isn't Scully? No, is it Mulder or Scully first notices like they're wearing the same
Scully,
clothes?
like
Scully,
that
like,
she's wearing the same clothing that I am, of course.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they're both dead from gunshot wounds or something like that. It looks so cool, and the actual corpses look really cool too, with all the cobwebs all over them and stuff. It's just classic gothic horror type stuff. It's fantastic to look at.
I mean, they weren't juicy like we've been seeing these bodies lately, so I was kind of thankful
Yeah,
for
those
that. These,
bodies have been there for a while.
sure. And so they start kind of freaking out a little bit. They start testing, like going through opposite doors, because they both walk through one door and they're in the same room. So they decide to go out opposite doors. Though they end up in the same room, they're not with each other anymore, and the doors kind of shut behind them and are replaced with that Winchester Mansion, like brick wall. You
Yeah.
open up the door, which is kind of weird. And Mulder ends up running into this guy who looks like he's fixing to go fly fishing. Just kind of this heavier set old guy.
Ed Asner.
And he's like, what are you doing in my house? And he just starts grilling Mulder. He's like, you shot the lock off one of my doors. You've just been running around in here. Now you got a gun on me. And then he starts in on him with psychobabble. Like, oh, you're just one of those fucking weirdos that was a he used a masturbatory term.
Yes. Oh, what did he say? Paramasturbatory or
Yes.
something like that.
and and Mulder's just like, what? Paramasturbatory. But yeah, it turns out that the old guy is a psychiatrist. He just starts breaking Mulder down to just ultimately like you're just lonely. It's actually
Yeah.
kind of pathetic.
Yeah.
And
It
then
it's cool because he's basically, like you said, breaking him down, but he's doing it in such a way like we as the audience are like, yeah, this is actually Mulder. Like this is exactly who he is. He's this lonely, lonely dude. And it kind of stings a little. Like you can tell like Mulder feels a little stinged by what this guy is saying. And initially he doesn't know that he's a ghost initially because
no,
guy's like, you're in my house, what are you doing? And Mulder's like, that door there that's bricked over, you're a ghost. And the guy's like, no, I'm not. And then eventually the guy like walks out the door and there's no brick wall there anymore, so it's obviously playing with their perception of reality and stuff like that. But yeah, it stings
but
when
then he
when
tells
guys,
him, but he tells him it's like, oh, there's no brick wall. All you get, he challenges Mulder, change your life and just walk through the door.
yeah.
And Mulder does and just gets a fucking face full of brick wall. And then it flips over to Scully, and Scully is freaked out. Like she was
Yeah.
freaked out when she first walked into the house, but now she's like, she's not, she's not maintaining her cool. And a lady with a nightgown shows up, and she just draws down like, I am fucking fragile. I've got a gun. And the nightgown lady, like, she's like, oh, I thought you guys were ghosts. And she won't stop pointing her gun at this woman.
Yeah.
Despite the woman just being like very, very rational and stuff.
Yeah. She's not raising her voice. She's just standing there like a good distance away from Scully. But yeah, Scully
Yeah.
will not put her gun down. She is freaked the fuck out.
And while she's like trying to contain a hostage situation, the old man comes into the room. And she draws down on both of them. And she's like, both of you guys up against the wall. Don't step closer to me, blah, 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 blah. And then she decides that she's like, they're ghosts. And I know how I'm going to prove they're ghosts by pulling the old man's fishing cap off his head. And he's got a hole straight through from the front to the back of his head. And does he see the hole in the lady's chest, or does she just faint at that point?
I think that's where we first see the hole in the lady's chest, and then she just faints and passes out.
And what's his face? The doc guy, the psychiatrist old man is just really kind of disappointed that he's like, we used to be so good at this. Now we got to use
Yeah.
garish tricks like holes in our bodies just to scare the shit out of these people.
It
He's
feels
like,
Beetlejuice-esque homage to that kind of thing, but then it's also Death Becomes Her, which is an amazing movie for those of you who have not seen it. Have you seen Death Becomes Her?
I've not.
Oh my God, you have to watch that. It's a comedy with Bruce Willis, Meryl Streep, and Goldie Hawn. And well, I don't want to spoil it. Death Becomes Her. See if that's on streaming anywhere. It's worth a watch.
All right, I'll take your word. I mean, yeah, you have yet to steer me wrong, man. except for what is that? The Serbian film.
I did not steer you to that. I said don't watch it.
Like, yeah, okay, you clear your mind. Don't think about a pink elephant. You're thinking about a pink elephant. You can't just fucking do that, Matt. So, you find out through their conversation, it's like we have one night a year to drive a couple of people mad, just completely bonkers. And if they don't, they're worried that they're going to fall into irrelevancy. Like, if they don't get folk to kill themselves at the house on Christmas, it'll fall off like the haunted house tourist lists.
Yeah. And
Like,
don't
all
they
right, this is.
and Mulder mentions early on in the episode, like multiple couples have died there at the house over the years. It's not like every year, but like every decade or so, there's a couple that I don't know if he says it's like a murder suicide sort of pact or something like that. But yeah, it seems like these individuals have been struggling. These ghosts have been struggling lately to find some people that they can get to kill themselves.
And it was so it's kind of fucked up that that's just like their job. That's their calling in death.
Yeah.
Is to make two people kill each other, especially at the end of this, and we'll get to that. But let me see, where are we at in my notes?
Scully just passed out.
Mulder okay, so then they switch because now Mulder is hanging out with the lady in the nightgown, and he immediately recognizes that it's like you're that one. You're the one of the star-crossed lovers.
Yep.
So she just instead of pretending to be alive, she just drops it, and she starts making like she walks over to this bookcase and starts doing this Ghostbusters, like books are popping out of the bookcase all over the place randomly, and Mulder's face just looks like a kid in a candy
Oh yeah.
He's just grinning ear to ear, like I can't believe I'm getting to watch this.
I mean, Mulder is us if we were able to see something like that.
And what is it? There's this great line that because she now has to convince Mulder to take his part in the murder suicide, and she's like, a murder suicide requires trust, and I started laughing. This, oh my god, was this the
whole line?
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't
great.
just show my hole to anybody.
She pulls up her dress and there's just a giant gaping hole. It's like, I don't show my hole to just anybody. And Mulder's like, why are you showing it to me?
But I forgot. So I skipped over a line. Like, I lost my fucking cool because when they first met, he doesn't know that she's a ghost yet, and he actually like pokes her in the shoulder. Like, he's like, oh, is she a ghost? He pokes her in the shoulder, and then like his hand doesn't go through her, and he backs her up to the wall, and she uses that old line. She's like, mash her, and he looks her straight in the face and goes, frump. I fucking died. Like, I had to pause it and just laugh for a while. That shit was so mean-spirited and so funny. I love this whole interaction between them two. Was really funny. And then she ends up giving him a gun and saying that, or if you don't kill Scully, Scully is going to kill you. And then at the exact same time, the old man is talking to Scully and saying the exact same thing. If you don't kill Mulder, Mulder is gonna end up killing you. And he ends up like let into a different room, but it's still the same room. And the ghosts start going on a rant about his loneliness. And then it's Scully just hanging out.
Yeah.
And Mulder busts into the room and starts ranting about how lonely he is. Yeah. And it's like really some psycho shit he starts saying while he's shooting the ground all around Scully.
Yeah.
And eventually
she does not pull the trigger. Like, she's giving him a lot of opportunities to stop shooting at her.
She's basically, she doesn't want to shoot him, and she's basically begging him to stop what he's doing.
Yeah.
And eventually he does pop her in the stomach.
Yep.
And
I love her, like, the reaction when she gets shot in all these episodes. She does this like eyes wide, like oh. She's got a funny get shot face.
And then like the real Mulder, or you find out that it's not really Mulder yelling all this shit or shooting all over the place. It's just a ghost lady
Yeah.
pretending to be or wearing a Mulder mask. And real Mulder breaks into the room, starts looking at Scully's wound, and Scully picks her gun up and shoots Mulder through the fucking stomach. But like Scully laying on the ground is also the old woman ghost, and she just starts laughing about shit. And so they're at this point, both Mulder and Scully like are trying to leave the house after being what seems to be mortally wounded. They are leaving blood everywhere.
Oh yeah.
They're crawling down the stairs. They're crawling through the foyer. They have this like mega bloody Mexican standoff, and then Mulder realizes that they didn't actually shoot each other at all. It
Yep.
was just a trick, and they get up and they leave the house together.
Well, I love when they leave that wide shot from the vantage point of the mansion. They are sprinting to their cars as fast as they can run. I was like, that is awesome. That's a nice little small detail. Like they are so scared and terrified, they're just running.
Nice. And then there's this cute little scene where the ghosts are sitting next to a crackling fire in their chairs talking about, you know, nobody even remembers the meaning of Christmas anymore. Everybody's just treating it like another day, but we haven't forgotten. And then they hold each other's hands, and I'm like, Mulder and Scully were just like dragging blood, like crawling through blood in the room right next door. And you guys, yeah, okay, love is part of it, but it was so fucking twisted. And then Scully shows up at Mulder's apartment Christmas morning, or very, very early in the morning, like 3, 4, something like that, because she couldn't sleep, quote unquote. She couldn't sleep. And she's like, it was all in our heads, right? And it must have been, because my only joy in life is not just proving you wrong. And they realized that the psych pop shit that they'd spent some of their evening listening to from these goats maybe were like somewhat accurate. And so they do this little gift exchange, and the camera kind of pans out of Mulder's window where they're like excited and they're both unwrapping their presents. But did you notice the shape of the packages?
The one that she gave Mulder was like a long cylinder.
No, it was she got the long cylinder and she handed him what looked like a
Oh,
VHS cassette.
oh! I didn't notice the VHS cassette. Are you telling me Mulder is having her unwrap a vibrator on
I think
Christmas morning?
I think so. Like they didn't show, but it looks like he gave her a dildo and she gave him a porn tape.
Okay. Well, your thoughts on
Oh,
how the ghost stole Christmas?
it is, of all of the Christmas themed episodes I've ever seen in television. I had to argue with myself a while about it. This is my second favorite Christmas episode of anything ever. It is so good.
It
And I
is.
mean, we talked about it really, really fast. Like, I feel that we haven't been recording that long. There wasn't a whole lot to the episode because it really just
Right.
took place almost entirely in one single room. But you had 4 different actors that were all trying really hard. They seemed to have fun doing what they were doing. There was some gore, there was some good special effects with the dead, desiccated bodies. And in the end, it was about love. And it was done in a kind of fucked up but nice way.
Yeah, I concur with everything you said. I think why I like this episode so much is because, like you said, the vast majority of this takes place in one room. Just that library room, and that's it. And you're talking roughly 40-ish minutes of an episode all taking place in one location, but they managed to shoot it in such a way that it didn't feel like it was in one location. They were able to obviously the gothic atmosphere and everything. There's a scene early on, right when they first walk into the house, and Scully's starting to get. I think doesn't even she make a thing? She's like, "Okay, I'm scared, Mulder. I'm scared," or something like that. She literally tells him she's scared, but she looks over, the lightning flashes, and you see the silhouette of the ghost in the corner, and then when the lightning goes away, it's gone. All of that stuff, all in my wheelhouse. I love sort of gothic horror type stuff. But it was like this whole episode is about like the loneliness of these two people, and Mulder obviously, we know that he's a very lonely person, but I think it also speaks more to Scully as well, because we've had a few episodes where we see Scully has a family, right? She does have a brother. Her hot sister's dead. Um,
Bummer.
yeah, but we don't ever really see Scully with any other sort of social life. I mean, she bought a bunch of gifts for somebody, but we never see that. And she even mentioned in the last episode, Dreamland, in part one, where they're in the car ride. She's like, how many miles have we traveled and driving around the country doing exactly this? Like, shouldn't we have a life? Like, don't you want to do something? And it feels like both of these people, like, Christmas is one of those holidays that the majority of people don't want to be by themselves on, whether you're religious or not. It's just one of those, holidays that it's like, yeah, I'd like to be around people. Thanksgiving and Christmas seem to be those holidays that collectively as a society we say, yeah, it's good to be around people that you love during those times. And had Mulder not realized that it was a trick, they would have died right there, right?
They would have shot each other. Yeah, that's what it was about to come down to.
Yep.
Because as far as they knew, they both had actually shot each other. They were feeling the pain, and then Mulder just realized, like, no, no, this is completely out of character for both of us.
Yeah.
This never happened.
Doesn't Mulder yell something when he's crawling around the floor like, "You shot me first," or something like that?
Something like that.
So yeah, excellent episode. Again, clapping Chris Carter. I don't know what he was smoking during this part of his life, but he was pumping out some amazing episodes. So let's talk about some fun facts. Writer, director, and series creator Chris Carter based How the Ghost Stole Christmas around a story idea he and fellow writer and executive producer Frank Spotnitz had been working on about a haunted house. The only scene that the two had really developed was what would become the climax of the episode: Mulder and Scully pulling themselves across the floor, bleeding profusely. Carter also wanted to keep all the action on a single set, which led to production designer Corey Kaplan proposing that they base it in Scully's apartment, a set that the crew had not used for a while. However, Carter, wanting to keep the haunted house motif, decided to set the episode in a haunted house and asked Kaplan to design a mansion set that was, quote, bleak but not too bleak, decrepit but not too decrepit, and deserted but not too deserted. Uh, Direction. How the Ghost Stole Christmas featured the smallest cast of any X Files episode, with only Duchovny, Anderson, and the two guest stars interacting. Lily Tomlin, who played the part of Lyda, had originally approached the X Files producers several seasons prior and asked to be cast in an episode. Carter agreed to meet her, and the two discussed possible ideas for future episodes. Several years later, Carter decided to write How the Ghost Stole Christmas largely as a vehicle for her. Originally, Carter wanted Bob Newhart to play the part of Maurice. However, Newhart was not interested, and so the production team approached Ed Asner, who readily agreed. The production for the episode was bare bones, making use of only a few sets. Because of this, How the Ghost Stole Christmas was the cheapest sixth season episode. However, the reduction in the budget made writing and directing the episode a challenge, as Carter was forced to work within tighter production constraints. The outside scenes were filmed in front of the Piru mansion, where the episode The Rain King would later be filmed. We'll talk about that in a couple weeks. The day before filming at the mansion was slated to begin, a fire erupted behind the building. Luckily, after an hour, local firemen were able to bring the blaze under control by digging a fire break, with a fire stopping a mere 300 feet from the house. And special effects editor Bill Millar was tasked with designing the bloodless bullet holes that Scully and later Mulder discover on Maurice and Lyda. To create this effect, Millar attached fluorescent cloth to the places that would become the bullet wounds. An ultraviolet light was then added to the set lighting, invisibly reflecting the ultraviolet light, which Miller used as a tracking data. The cloth was then removed during post production, and computer generated bullet wounds were pasted in their place. Miller admits that the technique was borrowed from the 1992 movie Death Becomes Her, although he sarcastically admitted that, quote, "we did it better and with less money," unquote. Anderson was later critical of the fake blood used for the episode because the sheer quantity quickly coagulated and formed, quote, "a gummy mess," unquote. Now, Jeremy, as someone who I've ordered to have blood dumped on you at various movies in our career, how does that sort of Caro corn syrup blood feel once it's starting to harden?
It doesn't feel good from the onset. As soon as it touches your skin, like you realize that it's not wet, but it's not dry, and it just
Yeah.
I can't see somebody caked in blood in a movie or television show anymore without remembering how awful it just really is. Like, oh, what was I watching? Have you seen this new show? Heard it? No, you don't have Netflix. There's this new show where this gal gets dunked in this tub of stuff that looks like about the thickness of KY jelly, just with a bunch of gold glitter in it. And she is completely submerged. And it's not a dummy that's submerged. Like, guy puts his hand on her forehead and pushes her down, and as soon as it like reaches past her ears and starts going up her cheeks and stuff, you see her face like reacts to it. It feels so fucking horrible, and that's what, like, I can't sit there and watch scenes like that anymore and just whatever suspend disbelief. I just have to feel sorry for how uncomfortable the actor or actress is
Oh, yeah.
dealing
Yeah.
with that awfulness.
I'll never forget when we were filming The Grand Horror, and I had Steve up on the in front of the movie screen, and I just dumped like 3 gallons of blood on him. And for those who don't know me, I get take after take after take after take, all the angles you could possibly imagine. And then we filmed that for like like an hour. And the corn, because he's wearing a white shirt, the corn syrup solidified, like his entire shirt was attached to his body because he has chest hair, and he had to like go soak in a tub just to get the shirt soft enough to remove, because it was that bad. But yeah. So yeah, excellent episode. Again, I'm gonna give my flowers to Chris Carter once again. It's gonna be hard for me to criticize anything he does post these episodes, because he just, man, he wrote some bangers, some absolute bangers. So if you like listening to us talk about how great Chris Carter is, check us out next Friday. Hit that like and subscribe, because we'll be back with another episode. We're going to talk episode 7, which I think is called Terms of Endearment. And this has, well, I'm sure he's one of your favorite actors as well. Definitely one of my favorite actors, Mr. Bruce Campbell, in an X-Files episode.
Hell yeah.
which I did not remember that episode at all, but I just got done reading Bruce Campbell's first book, If Chins Could Kill, in which he talks about this episode in his book. And it just so happened to kind of line up right when we were about to watch it. So yeah, Terms of Endearment, Bruce Campbell, next Friday. See you then.